I was actually thinking about trying out some of the gunner weapons now, because aiming on the weird little like thumb thing on the 3DS is really hard. So having more traditional like shooter style aiming will be quite nice.
Cool. Merchant system is pretty cool in this game.
Yeah.
If I
I
sell
believe
him
he shows up in,
materials, he will be able to restock it and stuff. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. And I think he moves his little tent around various places.
Yeah.
I believe it's what is it? The light bowgun gets like mines that you can put down. So you can like, if you like knock a monster over, you can walk up to it. You press the barrel to the ground and you leave like a little mine. You can leave up to 3 of them. And then whenever those are hit, they'll like explode for a couple of times. So you can just shoot generally at the ground next to them and do a lot of extra damage to the monster.
Nice.
And that's kind of like walking around with like a LMG or something. And then you have the heavy bowgun, which is kind of got like a sniper mode now, along with, I think it has like a Gatling mode. I believe the light bowgun has that as well, but it's weaker. But you can like plant yourself on the ground and do like a really big heavy shot. And I think you even get a scope, which is nice.
Heck yeah. Fudge and fudge.
But that's on a bit of a cooldown, I believe. And then one of the interesting ones, which is a combination of melee and range, is the gun lance. And that actually has a really interesting new ability where you can basically like, I don't know what to call it, like sticky shells. So like you can do this little charge animation and then shoot like, I think it does however many shells you currently have. So like different gun lances have different numbers of shots in them.
Oh, nice.
So like one might have like one that's a super powerful shot, another one might have like 5 slightly weaker shots, stuff like that. But I believe when you do that move, you use up all of the shells that you still have in your chamber, and then those become like these sticky missile things that'll like jam into the monster and then explode, and it looks really cool.
I forgot you have to guide these fruits.
Explosive eggplant. I think the like jumping one might help you a bit more.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, fucking delay.
Yeah, I was like, as you said it, I was literally in the air doing it.
Oh. Yeah, you just did that on my screen now.
Yeah.
So that's
Boom.
this is God, this delay.
I know, they
But,
suck, don't they? No,
yeah.
it was helpful. No worries. You're just trying to help.
Yeah. But God, there's a lot of shit that I'm really excited for with that game.
Oh, cool. Another one.
And I mentioned to you, we were on the Monster Hunter topic this whole time. I forgot. I haven't actually talked about any of the other things yet. There's Dragon's Dogma coming out on the new consoles in like 2 weeks. And it's actually only 30. I was legitimately expecting...
Yeah.
Oh, God, excuse me.
Oh, man,
I was legitimately expecting it to be 60.
Yeah,
But
that is awesome.
no, they're basically just giving it a HD graphic like update and putting it on the new consoles,
Hell yeah.
which is pretty nice. Which Dyson has said makes it much more likely that he is going to actually get it. And if I get it at some point, we can trade pawns.
Hell yeah.
Because people on your friends list, whenever you go into the rifts to look for pawns, your friends' pawns will always be there.
Nice.
No matter what their level, too. So if I somehow got it before you, which seems pretty unlikely, and just like got my pawn to like level 30, you could use my level 30 pawn from the start of the game.
Oh, that's cool.
But the issue with that is you get less experience.
Right.
Because, you know, you have a super strong ally. But, yeah, like, And they don't cost any rift crystals either, even though they're higher level. Because when you're going in and just getting a random pawn, if it's like, I think more than like 5 levels higher than you are, then it starts costing rift crystals.
Oh, man.
Which are a special currency.
Oh, hey, you know, they gotta figure stuff out, you know? How to balance everything. Make it to where people don't want to do that.
I mean, it's super expensive if you're just starting out and basically not doing the Bitter Black challenge, because you find a lot of rift crystals in Bitter Black Isle. But in the main game, like I'm close to the end of the like main story in the campaign that I'm running right now, and I think I only have like maybe almost 3,000 rift crystals. And you can find on Bitter Black Isle rift crystals worth 1,000. So.
This one's gonna be tricky, this wall.
Yeah. It's gonna take extra skill. For a second I thought this thing had like a dynamic day-night cycle thing going on, because whenever you go down in that cave it gets darker.
I'm gonna get too mad, because there's no way to actually control that thing in the air, so...
Yeah.
If I could control it, then I would have had it done by now, but I can't, so... I guess until I can just carry fucking bombs around, I'll blow that up.
But, well... I was gonna say I would recommend you to try Sorcerer, just because the magic in the game is so cool, but you say you like the sword and board kind of stuff. You'd probably like Assassin, because you have access to sword and shield and daggers and bow. So Assassin has access to like the most equipment in the game. And is kind of broken. Unless they like patch that out in this version, which I kind of doubt. If you build your assassin properly, there's like nothing that can stop you. But no, like the magic in Dragon's Dogma is the best magic in any video game. Like I am completely confident in saying that. Because what other game allows you to be a fucking sorcerer and summon a goddamn tornado? Because you can do that. You can summon a goddamn tornado. You can also summon a goddamn meteor storm. You also have access to some of the most powerful, what am I thinking of, like status effect kind of spells. Like you have a poison aura thing, you have, I believe you get access to like torpor, which is slow, which is also kind of game breaking because, my god, if you ever get affected by torpor, like you're basically dead. You move so slow. Like even like charging abilities get slower. So, it is a very debilitating status effect. And then there's the big one, which is somewhat less useful, but when it is useful, it's extremely useful. You have petrification. So you can just turn enemies into stone and then they die immediately.
Oh, nice. And
then there's the ability called, I think it's like XK or something.
Yeah.
And that... it's literally an insta-kill spell. But the way that it works is the bigger the monster is, the longer you have to hold them in the little area of effect, like charging circle thing.
Yeah.
I was looking at the screen to see what was the oh shit.
Oh, I'm assuming you'll see.
Oh, hey. Hello, Golem. I think I can handle it. But, yeah, you have to keep them in the little area of effect for a certain amount of time depending on how big they are. And the issue is, it drains your stamina the entire time you're charging it. So, if it completes, then it's an insta-kill. Like, no matter what the enemy is, it's an insta-kill.
Nice.
But it's constantly draining your stamina, so it makes it pretty difficult to get that off on, like, Cyclopses and Chimera and stuff. Also,
Yeah.
you might want to heal. Your health is kind of low. Oh, great, 2 golems.
Yeah.
I would personally say damage, but that's just me. I am one of those people who just likes to melt enemies.
Oh well, I usually balance out my upgrading pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I think, what is it? Dead Cells is kind of worse than that part of my psychology, because you really do need, like, at least 6 attack power-ups if you want to be, like, stand any chance to beat the end of the game.
Right. No, I handled those guys pretty well. I was like, I'm just gonna do a lot of dashing to dodge.
I mean, that's like the Dark Souls methodology there, just smack it a few times and then dodge through its attack.
Yep. Yeah,
But,
yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yay, I got all that stuff I got. Cool.
Right now I am doing a Magic Archer, which is also another really cool
I like that
class to
there's
go into.
rabbit people and regular rabbits around.
Yeah. It's like they haven't evolved enough yet. One day they're just gonna start wearing clothes.
Chapter 1. Destiny. Oh wow.
What?
The name of the chapter being Destiny.
Ah, yeah.
I just, ever since the first Destiny came out, it just gets used so much more. Oh, Brandon's texted me. I didn't text back. That was like 30 minutes ago. Oh boy. Alright.
I do that all the time.
So let me... Yeah? I'm gonna say yeah, question mark. I'm streaming the stream. I'm streaming the stream. There we go.
Yeah, Magic Archer is interesting because you have built-in elemental effects into your regular attacks,
Nice.
which is pretty nice, because I believe your, like, standard, just regular shot, I believe is thunder damage, or lightning damage, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Then the first ability you get is an ice attack, which shoots out, like, 1 arrow that if it hits, it then causes 3 other arrows to home in, and then there's the upgrade version of that that has 6 arrows. You get one that I've been using quite a lot recently called Explosive Rivet, which shoots, that's the upgrade version of the basic one, but it shoots like 3 explosive arrows that stick into enemies, and then if you hit them with a melee attack, they explode. And that one has been extremely useful, because I can just, like, shoot like 24 arrows into a Cyclops, walk up and smack it, and then just watch its health bar fucking vanish. And then it catches on fire as well, which is nice. There's the one that is considered like the death hunting tool, which is Ricochet Hunter, because in Bitter Black Isle, Death shows up to fight you, and he can insta-kill your party, but he can spawn in the sewers, which are like a really tight closed-in area, and the way that the Ricochet Hunter works is you fire out like, I think that one does 3. I think the standard version shoots 1, and then the upgrade version shoots 3. And they go out in a slight spread pattern, and the more times they bounce, the more damage they do, and the faster they get. So you basically just spawn death, get around a corner, and just start shooting that over and over again, and it'll just start bouncing like crazy and just melt his health bar. Or health bars, I should say, since he has like fucking 9.
Right. Oh.
But yeah. That is extremely good for farming because he drops like level 2 and level 3 weapons and armor and a bunch of rift crystals and all this other good stuff.
Oh, cool. We have some. I'm talking to a guy about some other quests besides the main quest right now. So that's
Side
cool.
quest.
Yeah. Nice.
It seems there's been a quest that I've been wondering where it is on this playthrough. The playthrough that I was working on before this one, because I have no self-control and I keep restarting to try out new classes.
Right.
The playthrough that I was working on before that one, I was playing as a warrior, which is your like big two-handed weapon person, which is also really fun. I think you would probably like that one if you weren't just doing the straight-up fighter, which is your sword and shield person. But there was an escort quest that I got while I was on that one that I haven't seen on this playthrough. That was to take the guy in the like resistance camp or whatever. Or
Right.
I guess not resistance, it's just like army camp, whatever thing. You're supposed to take him to this fort in the southern part of the continent.
Yeah.
And the reward for that was one of the best greatswords in the game. And I got that extremely early.
Nice.
It also just looks badass as shit, but
Yeah.
I actually like that escort quest because the thing is, I went into the wrong area at first. I went into basically a little dungeon by accident, and I had to fight 2 Cyclops, some skeletal wizards, some, I think they're called like Saurians or whatever. They're
Right.
like lizard men. And all of these enemies were like pretty strong for the level I was at. But the thing is, this guy was actually useful. He wasn't just like, you know, your Dead Rising NPCs that basically can't even defend themselves. Like, this guy was an active part of the combat and probably saved my ass on a couple occasions.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that in one of your streams, that the
Yeah.
NPCs weren't completely useless.
I mean,
Oh,
at
look
least
at
that guy
Ginger.
wasn't. Some of the...
When you see it,
Yeah.
I ship them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think most people do. It's after the little, like, mechanic girl later on.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah. Like, he's not useless, but then again, a lot of the other escort quests are for, like, merchants, and, I believe there's one for, like, a priest.
Oh nice.
Stuff like that. I
Ooh,
think...
look, a shop.
I think they all are just, like, healers. Like, they either do nothing or they have, like, slight healing abilities. But, this guy was a soldier, and technically a warrior, if we're going by the classes in the game. But, yeah, he was, like, genuinely useful. Because I believe I fought 2 Cyclopses and either 1 or 2 Chimeras with this guy,
Nice.
along with going through fields of Saurians and goblins and all this other shit. And like I mentioned in the stream, your healing items actually affect them, which is something that a lot of other games with escort quests don't do. So if you have a group healing item, you can use that and it'll heal them, or if you have any sort of mage in your party, they will actually prioritize healing that guy.
Nice. Now it sounds very fun. So it just the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I'll I'll probably pick it up.
And also playing as any of the classes with like the regular bow, whether that be Strider, Assassin, or Ranger.
Right.
It's just really fun to like see the effect of the arrows, because one of your starting abilities, if you start Strider, which is your bow and arrow and dagger person,
Right.
basically your thief kind of thing, is, I think it's called Threefold Bolt. You shoot 3 arrows at once, And that's just really fun to use against Cyclops because you just see 3 arrows sticking out of their eye. And these arrows are like the length of your arm. Like, these are some big-ass arrows. Like, properly sized. So you're just riddling these enemies with arrows. It's also really fun to use on, like, goblins. And hobgoblins. I never really understood the difference between a goblin and a hobgoblin.
Me either. I just know that they have a bunch of... They just have different names, is really all I can tell. Man, I'm getting a lot of quests right now. Holy moly.
I mean, this is kind of like the hub town thing.
Yeah.
But according to Dragon's Dogma, hobgoblins are just basically bigger. They're bigger and they use better equipment. Because they seem to still speak at the same level as the regular goblins, but...
Right.
They're wearing armor and they have like actual swords instead of just like clubs. And they're more prone to throwing items at you like poison flasks or oil flasks.
Oh, nice.
Because that's actually another thing you can do. You can get an oil flask, throw it at an enemy to coat them in oil, and then use a fire attack to set them on fire easier.
Hell yeah.
Because that's actually something you can do if you are Strider, Assassin, or Ranger. Because you get special arrows like poison arrows, sleep arrows, blinder arrows, oil arrows, I think I already said oil arrows, and blast arrows, which are extremely powerful. And then there is the Maker's Finger, which you only get one of at a time, but it insta-kills anything it hits.
Right.
Including the big bad dragon, who you're chasing throughout the entire game, who stole your heart. You can actually use that to kill him, but the game kind of frowns on you a little bit because if you use it before the like little chase scene to get to the final area where you're supposed to fight him, you actually don't get any of his drops. And I believe
really?
if you use it at all, you get less experience out of it. But, I mean, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Actually, if I am remembering correctly, that does not work on the Bitter Black Isle enemies. It will take a full health bar, but it will not kill them outright. Because Bitter Black Isle is significantly more dangerous than the regular game.
Shit.
I don't think it's gonna make it.
No.
But, yeah, if there was, fucking, what am I thinking of? If there was, like, proper multiplayer, like, between, players, I would say we should do that together. But the only thing that's there is the transfer of bonds. Yep, that one. Oh, hey. No! So close.
I'm gonna try on that one.
But yeah, like, it's a really great game, and I do really recommend it.
Fucking go down, motherfucker. There we go. Now, if only I could actually get under there. Alright.
One of the discords I'm in, there's just people fucking really getting in-depth in conversation about Berserk.
Oh yeah, the new version of the anime, or
No, just like story stuff.
just in general? Okay. I've never actually watched it, but it looks very good. So
If you're going to watch Berserk, watch the original anime. Everything after that point is not quite as good. Also, there's a giant spider like crawling down my wall. Great.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. As I hate spiders. They ain't cool, yo.
Loud noise.
No, I honestly can't hear anything in the background, really.
Wait, did you not hear that big whump?
I did hear that, but like how you said
That
there might
was
be
when
TV audio in the background. I don't hear that.
That is gone now, at least. But that was me taking my pillow and slamming that bitch against the wall.
Hell yeah.
Because fuck that spider, I don't want you on my bed.
Yeah, fuck spiders.
Already had to deal with that enough. I think I mentioned this either in a video or in a stream, but I had fucking 3 rabid wolf spiders in my house within like the same fucking day.
Yeah, that was on a stream.
God, fucking wake up with one right next to my feet that wasn't actually dead. It wasn't dead because I left and came back and it was on the floor. It had crawled away. Then there was one in the bathroom when I went to go shower, and then I came out of the shower and stepped on one in the living room with bare feet. Ah. Man. Oh yeah. I fucking got off on like a single topic again and just kept going. The third game that I was going to reference that I've been ignoring for I guess like fucking 30 minutes now or some shit, is the new East game, or YS. I don't know how other people pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. Dockless.
I don't know if I've heard of that game.
But it is East Lacrimosa in Dana, and it is the 7th one in the series. They're back from the fucking Famicom shit. But yeah, this one is like fully 3D. I believe it's like a big open world and all this other stuff. And I really, really love those games. Those are probably my favorite like older series of games. I have all of the ones that were on Steam before this new one just came out.
Oh, come on, get down here, buddy.
And then there's a couple that are missing, but oh well.
I figured out how to do it.
I do it.
I didn't realize that the pool was that strong. When the storm. Yeah.
I apologize for the dog barks.
Oh no, it's all good, man.
Yeah, so a lot of things that are out or coming out very soon that I'm rather excited for. Because I mentioned this to Dyson, I don't think, or other people might not know yet, but we have a release date for Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
It's coming out January 26th. Much sooner than we all expected.
Hell yeah. Damn it, I need 4 keys, I think. I have 2. Damn it. There's gotta be a way to... That probably is an ability, isn't it?
What?
To get under these things.
Yeah, you get like a slide thing.
Alright. Then I'll just come back to this place later. I don't know, that's the kind of player I am. I like getting areas done before I go on to the next ones.
Yeah. Well, with Metroidvania style games, that's not something you get the luxury of doing very often.
No, you gotta go get stuff way later in the game, and then you can eventually come back to it.
Yep. Actually, speaking of Metroidvanias, did you ever hear about Igarashi making his own like Castlevania-esque game?
No, I didn't.
He's the one who's responsible for like the, I believe the old 2D Castlevanias, like the ones that everybody really loves, like Symphony of the Night and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was the one who like did most of the work on those. But there were a lot of things that he wasn't allowed to do because, you know, he wasn't completely in control. Studio had decisions and whatnot. But he made a Kickstarter for his own game called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And it's supposed to be like it's basically supposed to be like going back to the old formula, but allowing him to do everything that he wanted to do back then. And to kind of show that people still have interest in Castlevania and Castlevania-style games. And I kickstarted that like right after I heard about it on Grumps, because I think they were talking about it during like the Super Castlevania 4 playthrough that they did. And I think their name is actually going to be in the credits whenever it comes out.
Yeah, so they probably backed it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I know they backed it. I know they backed Shovel Knight a lot, so...
Yeah. Well, I think they're also friends with the music composer.
Right.
But, yeah, I believe that game actually comes out next year as well.
Nice.
Which I'm excited for, because I get to finally play that whenever it comes out.
Hell yeah.
And I went for I apparently was a bit of an idiot because I went for the physical copy on the PS4 instead of going for PC, and the people who went for the PC one have gotten beta versions of the game that they get to play.
Oh.
So the rest of us are just sitting here waiting for it to come out, while the people who were like, yeah, I want this game on PC, have been getting to play it pretty much the entire time. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. What even are those enemies?
Don't even know. I guess I'll save. Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
Oh, thunderstorm suddenly.
Yep.
It's almost like Missouri. Random weather changes.
Yes. Like the two states where the weather changes probably the most is like Missouri and Florida.
Mm.
That'd be my guess.
Both places I have lived.
Yeah. I love the jumping up like that. It's awesome.
I really am surprised we have not gotten like pretty much any bad weather with all of the like big storms and shit going on.
Oh yeah, the hurricanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
like,
from
Texas
those, the worst we
basically-
get is thunderstorms, and it's like, oh, a lot of rain,
Yeah.
and it's loud because it's thundering.
Well, and even at that though, like we've barely even gotten any of those.
Very true.
It's like
yeah.
most of Texas has basically been underwater since
Yeah.
all of these started, and we're not that far from Texas.
No.
And yet, it's rained like 4 times here. And not even that much at that. Just kind of surprising.
I feel like I'm about to get the slide ability.
Slide.
Yeah.
I think it's later, if I'm remembering. I think you don't get that until you meet the little mechanic lady.
Oh.
But
Oh, look at all the guys! Look at all the guys I can fight! Whoa!
I do think we've been getting extra humidity or heat from all of the storms, because whenever I went out to town today and we went to the little pet shop and everything, it was, I believe the car said it was like 97 degrees, and it's September 19th. Like, it's not supposed to be this hot in September. It's supposed to be like 70 at worst. And it's supposed to get down to like 50 or mid-40s at night. I want my winter, damn it. I think I mentioned the stream the other night, like, I fucking can't sleep unless it's cold. And because we can't run the AC, it's fucking constantly hot in this house. So I'm just like always fucking in pain.
Yeah. Yeah, as I mentioned last night, both really suck for me, but I can actually handle the heat better than I can the cold.
I am much more suited for cold.
Yeah.
Like I could live inside of a freezer. And I pretty much used to back at the old house. because my room was like the lowest in the house, and I had an AC that like the back end of it went directly into our garage, which was like concrete.
Yeah.
So it was cold in there and then sucking cold air into my room.
Oh yeah.
And then because my room is connected to the garage and it's always cold in my room, the garage is getting more cold air from my room, and then like my room at the old house was actually colder than our freezer.
Damn.
And I was quite fond of that. Fucking fidget.
Mm-hmm. Should say first. Fucking hell. Oh, hi, guys! They all went boom.